still might have been edited. It was Sadhguru attacking Reiki, and he says, "Don't do it." And it could have been edited like that. So I listened to you, and I agree. There is mistakes in Reiki, we do. For one thing, we are not healers. The energy of Reiki does the healing. We do not make judgments. We allow. I'm getting a lot of confusion with my clients. I don't want you to influence me. I don't blame them. The world is full of influencers. I don't want to influence anybody. So Reiki energy comes in and it clears. I'm using Kundalini Reiki, very powerful. I have 9 levels of Kundalini. I've been practicing for a while. There's no symbolisms, it's just allowing. And it's to break the intellectual boundaries. It's like quantum healing. But I think it's easier to have an attunement for Kundalini than the quantum healing, because quantum requires absolute zero thought. I know it's hard. This is how hard it is to get into non-duality. But these are good transitional systems. I went from Yeshua Leo to Uniki, Master level. I went to Grandmaster. I've done not Holy Fire, I've done Violet Flame. And I didn't know all these symbols. There's 40 symbols in Violet Flame. So it's a different energy, it's a different frequency. Isn't that amazing? All these Reiki systems. And Angel Reiki, it's working on the major 3 symbols in the Archangel realm. So I went with Ancient Magic, and that isn't using symbols. It's angelic connection. And it's drawing up the Earth grid energy with the archangels. And I use crystal grids. So why do I use crystal grids in animal Reiki? For my own safety, some animals need a lot of healing. And animals are very, pet Reiki is very in tune with their feeling body. And then I put it into the grid system. And it works, and it just connects them. Use the distant symbol. Read with them and connect them in, and you can feel it. And then put it into the grid. Now they can draw on that. What I was doing before was letting it go all night long because these animals are suffering. I had a beagle in the one state. It was in the state of Maine, and they hadn't eaten for 3 days and gone to the bathroom. I laid in bed and I just let that energy go all night long. All night long. When I woke up, I didn't feel him drawing, but he'd been drawing all night long because he was really in need. This is going to sound weird. I'm an animal empath, and she said, "You've been doing animal Reiki, haven't you?" She was using a machine, a biofeedback machine. She checked my chakra zones. Oh my God. Your root chakra's right out. So she scanned the body with biofeedback technology, a $24,000 computer software program. And she brought it back that energy would manifest, the energy of my chakra body, to put it in order. And I was crying because I saw attachments of animals that had passed away, the kittens and everything attached to my chakra zones, and they were all disappearing and going away. I'm big on being safe with animals. And animal Reiki, I'd say go in and do a distance treatment and try to get them calm down. They're in pain. They bite you. Or a horse that's being abused. Start doing a few distance treatments in the package and explain to them if they have a dangerous issue. You don't want to get hurt. And start applying it. And distance is good. And then see if you can do direct and see how they're responding. And shelter works good. Reiki shelter programs are good. They get people in there and run. And I like what she said. I'm an animal empath, and it was making me go all over the place. Kathleen, she said, you need a Reiki attunement to balance out yourself because you're picking up all this trauma that animals go through. I'm a horse intuitive. I'm a clairvoyant with horses, unfortunately. No, it's not unfortunate. It was unfortunate I didn't know any method of not letting this bother me. I talk to other horse psychics, and they're just, please don't talk to me. I feel the trauma. Yeah, we've been killing wild horses in Arizona. I pick up frequencies in the United States. A lot of horsewomen that are empathic. And it is lowering the consciousness of animal abuse. But our job as practitioners of animal Reiki is to instill the peace. And we have another job as empaths and animal healers to bring in and release the grief. People are so attached to them. And we have to have methodology of kindness because it's such a painful thing to lose a sweet pet. But we have to be careful what we say to people. We pick up things and I don't say it. And I don't like to make predictions, but I try to bring in the peace. And that's all I'm supposed to do. And not make judgments and not generalize. There's no one general thing with people suffering pancreatic grief. You know how it is. So as practitioners of the Reiki system, we bring in compassion. I had a lot of problems with compassion. I was getting an empathic overload. So I started learning emotional freedom technique. Data. I've been adding things to my practice principles. One, essential oils I love using, and crystals. I love crystals, and I can ground with them. I've got crystal here somewhere. I think I lost it, but I'll get it back. But I like to use crystals and ground myself. I love the quartz. I got a big quartz here somewhere. It's in that coat. And I carry it everywhere, and when I'm not feeling grounded, I don't care if people see how courses way back. Akashic Records. You can see it. There's a bit of a copper stripe there. That's a smoky quartz. And it's terminal, it's pointed. And I just charge it every time. We can charge negative energy into crystals. Gotta be careful. So what I like to use is gold Reiki and visualize white light going into that. But the gold protects the dark from coming in and affecting me. Another Reiki master, a friend of mine, she argues with me. I'm not arguing, I know white light will. I don't want to get in arguments with this Reiki sister, but she heard another woman talking about giving fake bad information. White light only attracts dark energy. So the Kundalini has the other system of gold. And gold is a protective energy to contain the white light. Even when we put in chakras, we put a white light energy, but it needs a protection energy of gold. We can implant in the chakras of human people. So I'm big on crystals. I really am. And there's a woman on here, a young woman, and I understand her. And I said, no, you can't demonize crystals. They're a waste of money. They are if you haven't got an attunement and know how to use them. Piano is a waste of money if you don't know how to play it. And you'll be struggling with it. You need a Reiki attunement, or you need to understand crystal energy. There's courses. But if you have no experience, take a course. And I get people selling crystals, and I'm like, yeah. But I started explaining crystals. Oh, I didn't know that. I like the crystal market. They are nice crystals. I don't know why I like smoky quartz. It's just one of my favorites. I've been using a bit of, it's sort of an amethyst. It's found in Sudbury. It's in Sudbury, Suzanne. Yeah, it's found in northern Ontario. It's called Arrowlight 23. It's sort of it's an amethyst with a lot of crystal in it. Like it's a lot of quartz and amethyst combined. It's a very powerful crystal. I got one in my Reiki box. It's small. I'd like to get bigger chunks. But, energy is energy. We do work with what we have. I lost a lot of crystals. My niece took the house. She just threw them all away. I'm going to put that in the deal that she pays up on them, and I can buy a lot of crystals in Australia. And I might have them transported from Canada. I'm finding some crystals in Brazil. I'm finding crystals in the United States. And crystals here. And they're expensive. Like that was $80. Don't throw them out, but we don't own crystals. We don't. And wherever they are, I just put energy in and let the intention go. And I did that once. I left them in a men's shelter out in Cape Breton. I knew they were sitting there. And I generated energy from here in Ontario there. I said, I don't know what happened. The shelter didn't have men coming in meeting people. Energy to let the intention go and manifest. I went into a shelter in BC, and these girls got a Reiki level too. I said, start drawing symbols in the corners And I could say I didn't like the show. No, I think I did. Because I was working with Reiki practitioners. And these people got drug problems. Unfortunately, I was kicked out of my house. I had to learn to forgive myself. Springer went homeless. I went homeless too. I never ever thought I'd go homeless. So I wonder if there's a curse on me. Something I have to break. I'll tell you what I noticed. It was deception. And I was getting that card. Somebody's going to deceive me. Like Jesus was deceived. And I remember looking at her face. Something happened with this woman. And she deceived me and had me removed in the house. So it had blocks to justice and stuff. And I could go and say, helps, let it go. No, that was a lot of money. And I want a good life in Australia and I want to do good business there. So I'm going to start putting intention for the legal litigation to go to the highest intention. Because I was getting these messages, do not revenge. Because I know revenge is just going to come back, karma. But I had to deal with forgiveness. Why? How could you forgive somebody that steals everything got you for a shot? Because it's not essential. It is holding you back. When my wife divorced me, when I split up from her, I had that attachment. I went into a Reiki crystal shop. I picked up some tiger eye. He said, use tiger eye and put all that attachment in her energy, and I got through it. But it's tough after 7. You put all your, after 27 years of marriage, it just fell apart. But that's the spiritual path. And they warned me, if you enter the spiritual path, things happen to you. Accept them. And I was getting messages, you're going on a journey. Things will happen to you, but you'll be all right. We're protecting you. And it did work out that way. I was homeless and I found shelter and I did all right. I traveled the western part of Canada right across, right into Alberta, and I met a lot of people. And I'm so grateful. I have met people that have had difficulties and struggles, and I've been able to help them. And then it was a lesson in a lot of things. It was a lesson that your life is to help others, have an ethical value, and care and love people. And that is the first ethical principle of us doing energy healing. Being kind. And anybody telling you you're so kind is nice to hear because that's what you're trying to do. And you're trying to help people. You're kind because you want to help people, not because of the ego. And it's nice to hear that input from people, like a medical doctor says, you're awfully kind to people. I think it's a good quality. And I think it's required in the Reiki practice, in the profession. And I really believe we've all got abilities to be good healers. Even though you might be at a level 2, start working on it. Level 1, you've got intrinsic abilities to heal people. Just keep going. Have a good night.